Welcome back to Thruxton. We'll look back at the highlights of the first of our Dunlop Sport Maxx Production Cup races of the weekend. The two Nissans locked out the front row of the grid, and as the lights went out, they headed off the start-finish line. And it was the man from the outside of the front row of the grid, Peter Dignan, the journalist from London, that grasped the lead of the race. Tom Carnaby we ride on board with. He was having his first weekend of the season in the Dunlop Sport Maxx Production Cup, the former Ginetta Junior racer. But it was the journalist Peter Dignan in the first of the Nissans that led, with Craig Curry sitting there in second position as they came in towards the complex for the first time. Further down through the field, it was getting very tight indeed as the two teammates made contact. The Renault Megane in the hands of Jordan Witt making contact with the Seat Leon in the hands of Dan Malone, and the two EJM cars dropped down through the order. There was also contact further up through the field between Kevin George and Ryan Bensley, the Astra spinning away to the left-hand side of the circuit and eventually rejoining the order much further down. As for the fight at the front, well, Peter Dignan had managed to get away in the early stages of the race. There was a good fight going on down through the order between the Mini of Andre Maggi and Kevin George fighting away for Class B, and Ryan Bensley, following his spin, had to come into the pits. Also, there was fighting going on between the former touring car racer Rick Kerry and his BMW 1 Series diesel and Tom Carnaby in the Tesco Momentum Vauxhall Astra as they fought over 4th and 5th position. As a result of the earlier contact, Kevin George also shed his bumper, but was black flagged and had to call into the pits before being waved back out onto the circuit, and that allowed Andre Maggi to grasp the lead of Class B in the Lowen Racing prepared Mini Cooper S as they charged up towards the complex for the penultimate time. Adrian Churchill grasped the lead of the race away from the Nissan of Peter Dignan, who was sliding the car through the club chicane. Adrian Churchill braked that little bit late as well. He bumbled across the curbs, and as they headed onto the final lap of the race, the Courtney Sport Astra hit the front for the first time from Peter Dignan, who was there in second place. But Adrian Churchill hung on to the lead of the race, brought the car home to the checkered flag, and ultimately would be crowned the 2010 champion. So Adrian Churchill takes the race victory from Peter Dignan in second place, and completing the top three was Craig Curry.
Adrian, congratulations. You almost took the victory for the championship by just driving down here and entering the race.
Yeah, that's right. I think we'd worked out that we just needed to start the race. So obviously, you know, we're very cautious in testing. Although we had a drive shaft going testing, obviously sorted that out. Qualified, you know, just put in a good lap and I think 6 laps and put the car away. And then we knew all we had to do was start. But once we'd started, you know, then there was no reason, you know, not to go for the win. So it's a nice way to finish.